North Texas nonprofit Operation Kindness has been finding families for animals for nearly 50 years. But you'd be surprised by all they do to care for animals and people who love them. Here to tell us more is Kelly Furnas, Chief Operating Officer of Operation Kindness, along with sweet Ballerina, who you'll be seeing in just a minute. I wish I could hold Ballerina's a little kitty cat. Sadly, I'm allergic to cats, but don't worry, there is a little picture of precious Ballerina, a tabby. Darling. So tell us about Ballerina and how she came to Operation Kindness.
Those are pretty cute ears,
I
aren't
know, they're so cute. I want to pet her so badly.
Ballerina is actually one of 73 cats that Operation Kindness brought into our shelter from San Angelo, Texas, following the devastating floods from this past summer. About a third of those cats and kittens ended up testing positive for ringworm and have been treated in our Reese Jones Foundation medical wing.
It's amazing what you've been able to do. That was such a devastating event that affected so many different lives. And sometimes we forget the animals that are lost in the chaos that comes in the aftermath of such a tragedy. So Operation Kindness, you just stepped in and really took initiative to help some of these animals. How were you able to do that so successfully?
Well, I think like everybody else, we really wanted to help. And thankfully, we have a really strong network of partners with other shelters across the country that help us to find homes for these animals. So when South Texas shelters needed our help, we stepped in. We were able to send down about 11 of our team members to be able to actually work in some of the shelters. You can imagine how tired and weary those staff members were, so we tried to step in and help with that. We took pet food down, and of course we brought animals back to North Texas for a second chance. We actually set a record of 122 animals that we brought in a single 24-hour period.
That's incredible. And so what I like about Operation Kindness, many things, but also that you're able to kind of stand alongside many of these different shelters, depending upon what's happening in their communities where they really need additional help. You step in, you provide that, you help them find homes, but you also are specifically providing that much needed care. As you mentioned, so many of these animals had ringworm as a result of the flood. You come in and you provide that care that is as critical as finding a home.
Absolutely. You know, our pet adoption program is really at the core of who we have been for the last, as you said, almost 50 years. But our community program is equally as important. Not only are we trying to find homes for those homeless pets, but we do work really hard to be able to keep pets in their homes. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of extra care, whether that's
It's like fostering.
Fostering is absolutely a huge part of it.
If your home has been devastated, has been flooded, you don't have the time or the resources to care for a cat or a dog, but at the same time, they're a member of your family, and you step in and provide foster care options.
Absolutely. Our fosters were so amazing as we went through this journey and helped to figure out how to take in 122 animals. Our fosters played a key role in being able to do that.
All right, well, let's also talk about how people can support Operation Kindness and how they can get involved.
Well, we are obviously entering our largest fundraising season of the year. We're here celebrating North Texas Giving Day, and we certainly are in need of some gifts along the way to be able to help continue to save these animals as we go. We've set a goal bigger than any we've ever set before. We are hoping to raise over $500,000 in just 3 weeks. Right now is a great time to be able to step in and help through northtexasgivingday.org, and your donation actually can be doubled. We actually have some generous donors who are helping us to be able to match dollar for dollar up to $100,000, which means that your donation will help to save that many more lives across North Texas.
Well, it's right there on your screen, northtexasgivingday.org. Operation Kindness. So much need exists, and we appreciate you being there to help animals and their families in need. Thank you again.